What is good, everyone? I am back today with a new review. You know, this is my first take. This is my first time recording this video. I'm back here to review. I'm back to review the review for the new Drake and 21 Savage album, Her Loss. Her Loss. That is the most Drake album title I've ever heard. You know, I was thinking about what to do for this review because I feel like this album isn't bad enough for me to tell you that it's just a total waste of your time, but it's not good or memorable enough for me to really have a lot of thoughts on it. You know, looking at this track list, I didn't even take any notes for this. But just looking at this track list, you know, it's kind of like boring, Lil Baby ripoff. How do you rip off Lil Baby? There's a song, Back Outside Boys, just sounds like a fucking Lil Baby ripoff with some Lil Yachty ad-libs in the background. There's the song where Drake samples Daft Punk and then disses Megan Thee Stallion for no reason, and then attempts to sing One More Time. I feel like the main downfall of who asked for this? And the answer is, I guess, I don't know, probably some white boys out there or some shit like that, but like I feel like they were kind of just who wanted this? I feel like, is 21 Savage good? Yes. Has Drake made good music? Yes. Do we need a collaborative album from them in 2022? No. Why does this exist? I don't know. I'll talk about the bad, and then I guess I'll talk about the good. I feel like what they were trying to do was what they did with Jimmy Cooks off of Drake's last album. And I will say, they kind of did that with the song More M's in a good way, because I like the song Jimmy Cooks. That was like one of the only good songs on the last fucking Drake album, but like the song More M's, you know, you got a metro beat, you got pretty solid rapping from both Drake and 21. It's like a memorable song. You know, I can actually hear it in my head right now, just by looking at the name of the song. It's kind of a banger. And I think this is kind of more like what people were expecting from this album. And I guess we got what we expected, but it's like, you know, you go track by track and the songs are just kind of like forgettable, whether it's like, you know, the mediocre rapping from Drake, of course, the singing, there's too much singing on here, especially from Drake. Drake can sing sometimes, but I think he might have lost that ability. I don't really know. I feel like 21 kind of underperforms a lot on here a little bit. The song Spin About You is pretty good. But that leads me to another point, which is that sometimes the production kind of carries. It kind of carries on this song. There's a little part of the song where Drake's singing a little too much. And, whatever. It's still a pretty good song. And then Hours in Silence, this brings me to my next point. There are wasted beats on here. You know, the beginning of Hours in Silence, the beat is pretty hard, but you have Drake doing his fucking boring ass singing, 21 doing some singing, and then the rest of the song is just like boring and sleepy as hell. I feel like all over the place with this. Like, so much went wrong here that I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to be like, ugh. And also, I feel like they're like trying to do too much, but like not putting in enough effort to try too much, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, you know, take Pussy and Millions. You know, the first half of that song is pretty hard. Good beat, pretty solid rapping on both parts. And then kind of ruined in the second half with the beat switch and mid-ass Travis Scott feature with this tedious ass flow. And then you have Broke Boys, which is kind of the other way around. You know, first half of the song doesn't do anything for me, but then the second half, it picks up the energy. You have the song Middle of the Ocean, which is one of the best tracks on here. And you know, the first couple minutes is pretty good, slower, then beat picks up a little bit. Not like picks up, but like more is like added to it. It's pretty grand, I guess I would say. But then it kind of goes on for a little bit too long, and it's still a good song, but again, I feel like every song here kind of has downfall. Um, and then the other good song that I'll touch on is 3 a.m. in Glenwood, which continues Drake's time and place segment. Except we got 21 only on this song, which I think was needed. Kind of a pretty low key beat, a little more personal on here. But that's the album. You know, I don't really know what else to say. Just a lot of forgettable, boring, sleepy parts, pretty mid rapping. I didn't even talk about the lyrics. Some of the lyrics on here are god awful. You know, Drake entirely rips off his flow from Sticky on one of these songs. I think it was on Hours in Silence. He just rips off his Sticky flow from the song Sticky, which was another good song, but it just, you know, the little baby moments. How do you rip off Lil Baby? The singing, the mix of good and weak production in the wrong areas. I just yeah. I It's not terrible. I think making it seem like it's more terrible than it is. It's not terrible. It's just I feel like most of the songs here just have something kind of bringing it down. But at least there's like what 4 good songs on here. There were 2 good songs on the last Drake album. So that's it. Drake, 21 Savage, Her Loss. Doesn't even come near to What a Time to Be Alive. This is not a time to be alive. I'm feeling like a strong 3 to a light 4. We didn't need this. Who? I don't know. Have a beautiful day. Drake, stop being Drake or keep being Drake. I feel like this album kind of has made me. I feel like the last couple albums should have made me lose hope for Drake. But at least I had some sort of expectations there. Here I had nothing. And he kind of fulfilled my expectations. I get. I don't know.